Tensions flare as European leaders demand inclusion in Ukraine peace talks. The recent announcement of Ukraine peace talks between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin has stirred significant unease across European capitals. Despite the critical impact any settlement would have on European security, leaders from the continent were notably absent from preliminary discussions, leading to a swift and vocal response from various European officials. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock emphasized the stakes during an interview with Deutschlandfunk Radio, stating, "Peace in Europe is at stake. That's why we Europeans need to be brought in." The sentiment was echoed by French Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu, who criticized the U.S. approach at a NATO meeting in Brussels, cautioning against achieving peace through perceived weakness. Concerns were not limited to speculative outcomes of the negotiations. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius highlighted potential preemptive concessions to Moscow by Washington as problematic, advocating for a more balanced approach before talks commence. Meanwhile, Lithuanian Defense Minister Dovilė Šakalienė offered a stern warning, labeling reliance on Trump and Putin to unilaterally determine the region's fate as a deadly trap. Despite these tensions, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth defended the strategy at NATO headquarters, praising Trump as the best negotiator on the planet in brokering peace. However, the White House's confirmation through Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt that no European nations were currently involved in the talks has only fueled the discord. The sense of exclusion has added urgency to European efforts to influence U.S. policy, especially with a series of international meetings, including the annual Munich Security Conference. European powers, in a late-night discussion in Paris, underscored the necessity of their involvement in any negotiations concerning Ukraine's future. Dutch Defense Minister Ruben Brekelmans underlined the practical implications of European exclusion, noting the continent's role in implementing security guarantees, possibly involving the deployment of European troops to Ukraine. As these diplomatic undercurrents intensify, hopes for a unified strategy seem to hinge on the ability of U.S. and European leaders to reconcile their differences and establish a joint front in upcoming negotiations. The situation remains fluid, with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte advocating for peace and unity within the alliance, emphasizing the need for a sustainable and agreeable outcome for Ukraine. Thank you for choosing Satori News.